spring students actually have a lot more advantage than fall students. They are hiring interns for summer 2026. At this point, they should have 50 hiring managers lined up. If you use my techniques that I've taught you, seize that opportunity. Like, go extremely hard, work extremely hard in your internship to do two things. And if you did not, then you are screwed. Don't come to United States for spring semester. This is probably what you have heard either from your counselors or consultancies in India. You've heard on WhatsApp from random friends who have never been to United States, and possibly even some seniors. So why do they say that? And have you considered like not going to United States in spring semester? Should you go to United States in spring semester? And what is the real truth? Like, should you come to United States in spring semester? That is what I'm going to uncover in this video. Let's go. If you're new to this channel, my name is Yudi. I was an international student, came to study computer science, pivoted my career into product, and I'm a senior product manager at a fintech startup company. And on this channel, we talk about everything related to studying in United States, how to build a career, and immigration. Before we get into the video, I mentioned this in my last video. If you haven't watched it, you should check it out. That I have a spring semester and fall semester exclusive WhatsApp group. If you are interested in joining one of these groups, please comment which semester that you are going to, and I'll send you the link in to you. But for now, let's start with the number one reason why consultancies don't want you to go to spring semester. And I know probably a lot of consultancies are watching me. And again, I'm not saying every single one of them is doing this, but here's the thing. A lot of universities, they don't offer spring admission. These consultancies have partnership with tons and tons of universities, and maybe a list of their universities that you want to go to, they don't offer spring semester. And if you go to the universities that they are not partnered with, they don't make money. And because of that, they say that spring semester is extremely bad and it's not good. There are less job opportunities and blah, 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 blah. That is far from reality. And I'm going to show you with the proof and evidence, etc. So what is the second reason? Why do people say that, okay, you should not come? Here is, I'm going to share my screen. And again, if you're someone who can't like have a very short span attention and you can't watch this entire video, this video might not be you. This is extremely going to be full depth in deep dive. So, stick around. Okay. So here is the second reason why people tell you, and I'm going to walk you through this entire thing. And again, the PDF is available of this entire thing that you want. We'll get to it in a minute, but if you want the PDF, link will be in the description. So you start in December, assuming you're coming in December 2025, you go through your first semester, right? Second semester, assuming this is a 2 years master's course, you do the fall semester, then you go through again spring semester, again second summer comes, and then you come through your last semester, which is fall 2026, and you graduate in December. Now, here is the problem. At this point, problem only happens if you don't have a full-time job. If you have a full-time job, this scenario does not apply to you. But let's say you do not have a full-time job. The problem is you have to find your full-time job in these 3 months, January, February, March. Why? Because you will technically have 3 attempts for your H-1B if you are in a STEM major. If you are not a STEM major, then you technically only have 1 attempt, and then this spring semester is absolutely not for you if you don't get a job. If you get a job and you will have your first year of OPT, then you have 2 years of extension. So hear me out. Your first year of OPT will already start in somewhere this period. Okay? Now, in this, your first attempt is this year. So to be eligible and to apply for your H-1B lottery first attempt, you have to have a job and someone who's willing to sponsor H-1B. So if you don't have a big tech company like Facebook, Apple, Meta, like Google and Microsoft and all of this, and if you have a mid-sized company or a small-sized company, they are most likely not wanting to take a chance at you. Here's why. Because for companies to file an H-1B, it costs them the lawyer fees and the entire fees about $10,000 to $15,000 depending on what lawyers they are using. So that is a lot of money to take a bet on someone they just hired. So if you got hired in February, that is when every single big companies or every single company who's wanting to sponsor H1B, they start the process in February that, okay, send me all this information, send me your degree information, send me your documents. And by March 31st, by March first week, everything is vetted and everything is ready. By March 31st, they applied. And then first week of April is when the lottery results are already announced. So if you don't have a job and you start your job hunting, you're still struggling January, February, because nowadays people are not getting a job at least even 3 to 4 months. So you will miss out on your first attempt of your H1B. And that is probably the main reason why people say that spring semester is bad. Now, this does not apply for 2 people if you have a full-time job, and I'm gonna show you how to get a full-time job, when to get full-time job, so stick around. And at this point I should also mention my ultimate US course is probably the best time to buy this right now, because the prices are going to go up, plus you will get access to my LinkedIn course, and that is going to have resume course and job hunting course and all of that. So check out, link is in the description. But let's get back to the second people category. If your spring semester or the course is only year and a half, so that means at this point you are now going to graduate in May. If your course is year and a half, so then it is totally fine. Then you have no problem. But there is another problem. If your course is year and a half, let me explain. So you will start your master's in spring 2025, right? This will be your first semester, January to April. Okay? Now, first summer will start. Unfortunately, you cannot do the internship. Why? Because you need to complete 1 academic year in United States or 2 full semesters in United States. That is just the law which is governed by universities. So you cannot do this. But there are some universities who will allow day 1 CPT. Most likely you're not going to go to that university because, again, the ranking of those universities are horrible and you will only use it if you run out of your H1B visa and all of that. So I doubt that you're going to be going this route. But let's say you do go this route, like there are definitely some universities, Campbellsville, Harrisburg, all those universities do allow day 1 CPT. Then obviously this does not apply to you. But most cases, you will fall under regular student who will go to NEU and San Jose and UTD and CSU Long Beach and Chico State and all of those universities, right? And you will not be able to do internship. So you lose your first chance of internship. Your summer is empty. But at this point, you shouldn't go home. We'll get to that part in a minute. Then comes your fall semester and, winter break is right here. After your first semester, now you're eligible to start working as an outside the campus, meaning in internship. You can start doing internship. There are tons of spring co-ops and spring internships. So it's not like there are not, but very limited, right? That is the problem. There is very limited options over here. Maybe you are lucky and you get it if your master's is a year and a half. But if it is not, if you don't get it, you start your spring semester and this is when you graduate. You lose your second semester, which is when the actual students who have 2 years of master would get that opportunity to do second summer as an internship. So if your master's is year and a half, then you don't face this problem because you graduate early, but you face another problem that you don't have more opportunities for summer internship. But in your case, you do have an option to try really hard for spring internships. There are spring internships which you can do, and there are also spring co-ops. You will have to convince your university to let you do the internship full time and also let you study full time. Again, there are a lot of ifs available. Now, let's go to the prime category, which is students who are doing 2 years of masters. And again, I just also want to say, I'll be sending out newsletters about all of these topics. So if you haven't already subscribed to my newsletter, you should. We have about 24,000 people at this point of time. Every single day they are opening my newsletter, and you will be blown away the value that I put it in the newsletter. And also, a quick plug, my course prices are going up. I just want you to consider. If you don't want to buy it, totally fine. Everything else is available for free as well. Okay, now here's how if you are a spring 2025 and you're my audience, you're a smart audience. So here's how you should approach it. Okay, you won't get your first semester, you won't get your summer internship, no problem. But what a lot of people do is at this point, they go back home because I can't work. I'll save 3 months of rent. This is the philosophy of a lot of students. I'll save 3 months of rent, $800, $500, whatever the rent is. They will save that $2,000. To save $2,000, they will go back to India to be with the family and blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. My recommendation is find an on-campus job, because in summer you can do 40 hours. So you can make some money. Ideally, regardless of where you are, I want you to focus on building your profile and job search strategy. Again, this is buy my course. So this is what I teach. It says Ultimate LinkedIn course, but it is not just to build your LinkedIn profile. It is supposed to teach you how to do networking and all of that, right? This is what you want to do. I personally think that spring students actually have a lot more advantage than fall student. Here's why. You're gonna be blown away. Nobody tells you this. So you have landed in December. Most likely you'll land in December end or January 1st week. Okay. You have now technically had 7 months over here. And guess what? After your first summer, you have the entire summer where you are free, technically not doing anything. You could do some unpaid stuff, volunteer stuff, build your profile, all of these things that I teach. Okay? Now is fall semester starts. So now fall students are coming in. So all the fall students, I know you are watching this. So you are going to come in this time. But the problem is what? This is when the peak hiring season is. So right now is the peak hiring season. So again, if you're fall 2025 student, this is when you want to secure your internship. They are hiring interns for summer 2026. All the students who are obviously fall 2024 are applying right now. So all the big tech companies, they hire during this time. This is the peak hiring season. I go much in detail on how all of it works later. So, but what is the advantage of spring student? They have experience of 8 months being in United States. They should be ready with their resume. They should be ready with their LinkedIn. They should have worked on networking. They should, at this point, they should have 50 hiring managers lined up. If you use my techniques that I've taught you, everything is ready for you. So when August, September, October come, you are like way ahead of fall 2025 student. And this is why fall 2025 students, if you're coming, this is when you should be working on your job hunting process. And if you did not, then you are screwed, because again, this is why spring 2025 has an advantage. Now, you have to score an internship at this point of time. Let's say you could not, you have another option for the spring internship. Hopefully you convert that. And let's say you do end up getting in one of these companies and all of that. But don't lose hope. I didn't draw it because I wanted to make it more emphasis on this month. But again, the hiring season for summer 2026 will start in February, March, April. Okay? So this is also when the next internship season starts. And you have another shot at it. So at this point, you have 2 full semesters, 1 entire year of experience of how to find job and internship. You have consumed all of my podcasts, you have done my courses, you have attended my master classes and all of that. There's no reason you shouldn't get a second summer internship. Let's assume, do or die, get internship. Assuming you get an internship. Again, we have already talked about the worst case scenario that if you don't get it, you messed up really badly, right? If you can't get it, then you messed up really badly. Let's assume you do get it. This is the time when you're doing your nice internship. You are in Bay Area, Google, Facebook, enjoying the tech life, assuming you are in tech industry. This is same for all the industries. So if you're coming for civil, mechanical, data science, any kinds of banking, finance, cybersecurity, sub everyone follows the same cycle. Okay? I don't know why I'm speaking in Hindi for some reason. I'm from Mumbai, if you didn't know. Okay, so here's the good part. If you have 2 years of masters, you have two things. Again, once you get an internship, seize that opportunity. Like, go extremely hard, work extremely hard in your internship to do 2 things. One, either you want to convert into full-time, or even best, convert into part-time or a full-time co-op. Part-time co-op is completely okay. You have to just convince your university to let you do it. And there are many, many, many universities who have said no, but they convinced them and then said yes. So you just have to do that. Okay, what is part-time co-op means? Meaning, so far in all these 3 semesters, what you have been doing, these 3 semesters, you've been working on campus as a part-time job. You are allowed to do 20 hours on campus if you're a full-time student. Okay? So that is what you are doing. You have been doing. Legally, you are allowed to do 20 hours part-time job on campus, not off campus, on campus. Doesn't matter where you work, but it has to be on campus. In summer, you can do 40 hours. That is given regardless of you come in spring or fall. What changes is if you do end up getting internship over here and they want to extend that internship, and this happens if you are an extremely smart student and you do really well, then it will be, you just have to work really hard and convince and all of that, separate video for that. But let's say now they don't want to do, there's 2 possibilities. One, they want to extend, but they don't want to give you 40 hours. They just want to give you 20 hours. So instead of doing on-campus job as a cafeteria, dining, whatever, RATA, you're like, I don't want all of that. I want to continue working for ServiceNow, Meta, all these startup company, whatever you are doing, right? So you continue to work 20 hours over there. Now, in this case, some universities will say, we don't care if you work remotely. If your job is remote, you just have to be present full time over here. But here's another trick. Most likely, you have to design your master's course in a way that your last semester, which is your fall semester, you are supposed to take 30 or 36 credits. So somehow figure out the balance that last semester you only have to take 2 courses, which means most likely it will be 6 credits, which means you're a part-time student. Why? To be a full-time student, you have to take more than 8 credits. If you take less than 8, you become a part-time student. Legally on F1 visa, you are not allowed to do it. But because it's your last semester, your university will waive off that requirement and will let you become a part-time student. I'm going way deeper in this, probably complicating this whole scenario in you. I'm just telling you the possibilities, and don't listen to people who say like, don't come for spring semester. I'm just trying to give you an encouragement over here. And this all applies to fall semester as well, right? And that is what a lot of fall semester students do. Or right now, I have done podcasts with so many students who are now doing their co-op. How is that possible? This is exact same way. So, okay, back to, you can either do part-time, or they might say, hey, we actually love you so much. We want to offer you and extend this into full-time. Can you do 1 more semester? And then potentially we'll convert you into a full-time job. So now you have a full-time job, 40 hours in the internship that you got. plus you are doing your 6 credits which are left in your last semester, and that is called co-op. So you are doing together. Most universities will allow you have to just convince them again, tell them that how important it is for your career, it is enhancing you, and blah blah blah. Okay, at this point, if this has happened, let's assume worst case scenario that you can't convert this. You already have a summer internship. When was our peak hiring season? I should have drawn this whole thing over here, but now you have some real in United States experience. You could have hired, you could start again your job hunting this time. Assuming they convert you into part-time co-op or full-time co-op, you're still going to keep looking for it unless they have given you at least some form of verbal confirmation that yes, we will convert you into full-time. So again, to circle back, you have do or die situation, get the internship. When do you get the internship? During this time or in your spring semester, spring internship or winter internship. Okay, assuming you get the internship, you got the internship, now you convert it. Either after that, the internship stops, they say like, hey, congratulations, we want to extend a full-time offer. Totally possible. Many people get it. Or we want to convert you we want to extend you and give you another 20 hours or 40 hours. You convince your university to let you do this. At the same time, you continues to look for it. Even though you have gotten a conversion into full-time and they are not doing a co-op, I want you to continue to look for it. Why? Because there is chances. Things can go. Many offers are rescinded, retracted back because of the market can go crazy. So having this is always good. Having 2 offers is always better than having 1 offer. Okay. At this point, you graduate, and because you have a full-time job, most companies will actually even start the process even before you graduate. So they know that you are gonna need it because they have done so many internships. So many H1Bs. They know that when to start the process and all of that. You don't have to do the convincing process and all of that. Mid-size and startup, some of them have never even talked to immigration lawyer. I was the first one in my current company, that they don't even know that how the work visa work and all of that. I'm the only Indian in my company. So that is when they realize that, oh, acha, it is like that. That's why we don't sponsor H1Bs or we don't sponsor even internships, CPTs, anything, because we don't want to deal with immigration right now, right? So if I were to have an H1B, I have to convince my boss that please file, please get this, please do this. So that is very hard if you don't have an internship. Sorry, that was a long video. I really hope that this provided you value and clarity, and I hope it gives you a lot more understanding of how everything works. I have so many more detailed stuff drawn out, which again, like you can see over there. So I'll create all of this separate videos. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Again, buy the course, because once you become inner circle, you will get direct access to me on WhatsApp, and we'll have a lot of fun. You will be part of the community. There are 600 plus people over there, seniors, alumni, etc. So again, regardless, if you want PDF, link in the description. Want to be part of the WhatsApp group, link in the description, not link in the comment which group, and I'll send you the link. I hope you found this valuable. Please let me know what do you think about this format. I know it was very like a masterclass type format. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me your feedback. That is the most important to me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. If you have any further question on this topic, please let me know.